Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be covering basically uh, the uterus and some of the blood flow that it will receive and the basic parts of it. As you can see in my picture, if you're working in the textbook yourself, you have to kind of draw all this in. So please pause the video and do so. But let's go ahead and go through the numbers and then let's explain some of the drawings here. So number one, that's going to be your endometrium. This is inside the uterus, and this is the lining that sits in here. This is what sheds every month. Number two is what's called the myometrium. Myo meaning muscle, so the muscle layer in here, and then this outside layer is what's called the perimetrium. Number four, that's going to be your round ligament. And you'll see that on this anterior view, this round ligament. If you watch the previous video of that parasagittal cut, I showed it as well, where it comes forward. Number five, that's going to be your suspensory ligament. That's what these are right here. I didn't color them on this anterior view, but up here on this posterior view, you can see the suspensory ligament. Number six, we see that this is the ovarian ligament. We have the ovaries right here, ligament, uterus. Number seven is what's called your broad ligament, and it's made of two layers of peritoneum, and it's this green stuff right here. And just as the name suggests, it is broad and covers a lot of surface area in here. Eight being your cervix. And if we're looking at the posterior view, we're going to have that posterior fornix, right? Where if we were looking at it from the anterior side, here's the anterior fornix. Number nine being the vagina itself, the canal. 10 is your uterine tube in broad terms. 11 is going to be what's called your fimbriae. So it's like these fingers basically that catch that egg, bring it in. 12 being your ureter. All right, so now we're at a point where we kind of have to draw everything else in. On your other page up here, you'll want to put in 16, 17, and 18. 16 is going to be your ovary. This is going to be your infundibulum. And this is going to be your uterosacral ligament. All right, just coming back in here. Let's break down that fallopian tube, or that uterine tube right here. So you've got 11 right here, which is your fimbriae, the fingers. 17 is your infundibulum. It's that first part of that uterine tube. Then you run into the ampulla. And then from there, after the ampulla, is the isthmus. Then 16 is your ovary, which I had you right in there. And 18 right there is going to be that uterosacral ligament, which makes sense, right? Because we're looking at the posterior view. So that sacrum's coming down in here. Another note for that uterine tube is where the ampulla is. That is where the fertilization occurs of the egg. The egg gets fertilized up in here, travels down, and then will attach itself to the uterine wall, which is the endometrium, is where it attaches. Now, coming back over here and looking at this, this is supposed to represent your aorta. And right here, common iliacs, right? And then this one is supposed to be your internal iliac. So, starting from the top, number 13 is going to be your ovarian artery, and that comes down and will sneak in to your suspensory ligament right there, number 5. This is where the lateral walls of the uterus is. And then you have your external iliac artery coming off right there, going forward. And then with that internal iliac artery, we have number 14 coming off. And that's going to be your uterine artery coming straight over and supplying blood to the uterus. Off of that branches number 15, which is going to be your vaginal artery. So I think this is it really for this page. I guess I didn't say that's the uterus body, but it was written there. If you need more information from the textbook, you'll find it on pages 203 in Figure A, and then pages 229 through 231. So that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully it helps. If it did, please like it, and we'll see you in the next one.
Alright, I just want to give credit where credit is due. These are the books and the resources I used for the videos. So first we have Essentials of Human Anatomy by Dr. Kurt Walker. We then have Essential Clinical Anatomy by Keith L. Moore and M.R. Auger and Arthur F. Daly. I also used Structure and Function of the Human Body by Mark Nilsson and Jamie Garbett. The last book I have is The Concise Book of Trigger Points by Simon Neil Asher. And then I used the app called Complete Anatomy. As you've seen from the videos, it's amazing. If you can afford it, I suggest it. It's such a useful tool when learning this stuff. So that's it. Have a good day.